I'm very excited because Joanie Cox Henry from South Florida Concert News wants to interview me. It's my very first press I'm getting for Unbroken, which is my new single release. It's the first song that I've released in a couple of years. So the last one I did was Nothing But Faith, and this one we just kind of like shot it out there, without even a video yet. So the video's coming, but anyway, I don't know what you're going to ask me. So,
well, I've gotten a chance to listen to the song. I think it's absolutely incredible, and we're so excited that you're writing music again, because I know you haven't written anything since the pandemic.
Yeah.
So this is a huge breakthrough moment for you. What was the concept that actually inspired Unbroken?
Well, everything happening in the news. Originally, when I wrote this song, I was thinking about the LGBTQ plus community and the struggles, all the rights that are being taken away, and women's rights also.
Powerful.
Women have to still fight for
Yes.
in ways that you would think we wouldn't have to. And then when I released the song, I had people telling me that they related to this in their own way, like people who had lost a job, people on a weight loss journey, also people who had their marriages break up. And I never thought about that. But basically we're all kind of maybe broken, or we are at some points in our lives, we feel broken. I think there's a little bit of something for everyone in the song, and I hope everyone takes from it what helps them feel that they can put themselves back together if they've been broken in any way.
I love that. I can't love that more. That's a great concept.
Yeah.
Obviously, it suggests, a form of resilience, but what does being unbroken mean to you personally?
Well, my dad, your grandpa's favorite word was perseverance. And he had to persevere from the time he was little, growing up in war-torn Sicily in the during World War II. So that was just his way of life. And I never once heard him say, what if this doesn't work out? I think that goes through a lot of us in the family, perseverance. And I've had to, I've talked about this a little bit when I did my original content. My struggle with endometriosis, you start out in life thinking your life's going to be a certain way.
Right.
And so that whole thing with endometriosis and the whole journey of infertility and that whole thing not working out and switching up plans. And then I thought, I need to make myself feel happy again. So I started taking singing lessons, which is what was in me from the time I was a child, that I wanted to do music. But you're brought up in a way, and this is kind of where some of the lyrics to Unbroken fit, because some of the lyrics actually depict that we're changing from the norm and we're not following the rules that society puts on us. And I was raised, you get married, you have a family, you have children, you go to college, you become an accountant, which a lot of people don't know, but I started out as an accountant, and then I just walked away from that when it was not satisfying to me at all, because as you know, when you're an artist inside, you have to do your art.
You have to do the art.
So to me it means I've had to reinvent myself many, many times because of things that happen in life. And I think I'm probably maybe one of the most reinvented people that a lot of people I know
agree with that.
because I'm such a different person now than I used to be. I think anyone living the journey of life, to survive things that happen to you, you need to pick yourself up and reinvent. If you lose the job you love and you can't have that job anymore, figure out another way to do what you love to do.
You have to always stay resilient, it's true, and keep going after your passion, whatever your passion is, to not forget that passion and why you started.
Right. Yeah, that's the truth.
This is such a great song too, because I think that all the best songs, you see maybe a piece of yourself in those lyrics.
Yeah.
You can relate to it in some form.
Yeah, I try to write music that people can relate to wherever they are in life, whoever they are. And that's what surprised me, what happened with this song. Because I was just thinking straight, civil rights, women's rights, all that stuff. And then when people started hearing it on a different level, I'm really happy that it can empower people with their own struggle in life.
That is very awesome.
Yeah.
And you've returned, back to the studio with the famous Keith Ridenauer and Dennis Blischak.
Yes.
The great Dennis Blischak. You guys are back. The Dream Squad.
Yep.
What has that been like?
And this happened so organically because Dennis is not always here in Florida,
right.
But he happened to be in Florida now when I wanted to work on this song. My intention was to get it out for Pride Month,
okay.
But that didn't happen because we just had some technical things we needed to do in the
right.
studio. But it didn't matter because this is an ongoing
whatever
topic.
You
but
additionally put into it was definitely worth the wait.
Thank you.
I
appreciate
the final
that.
product of this is really very impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's different from my usual style of music.
Unlike anything you've released, which
Thank
is,
you. Yeah.
So fascinating.
Everything that I've done before this always had a little bit of a country blues twang
mm-hmm.
to it. So I wanted to do something a little more different, like a little more pop.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of guitar, although Keith does a really cool solo in the middle. And it's just a little more keyboard based, this song.
Right. Different. It's different.
But what I love about working with them is they allow me
mm-hmm.
to have my artistic vision. They really just let me loose on it. So that means
wow.
sometimes I'm singing it 3 or 4 times.
Yes.
So this mix that we finally that I liked and released was mix number 7. So Lucky 7. And
wow.
Working with other people, I might not feel so comfortable to call them up and say, you leave the studio thinking it's great, we're done, we did it, and then I listen to it and I'm like, I can do that differently. I want to do that.
Yeah.
And I'll call them up and
they're able to accommodate
and they'll
that.
have me back in and allow me to sing it differently, even though they think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because 9 times out of 10, when I go in and I sing it a different way, they'll be like, you know what, that's pretty good. You're right. I like that better.
Huh.
Or maybe they just tell me that, so I stop going back in and singing it over and over again. But I really enjoy working with them because they're very talented. They work together on so many projects. They
yes.
worked together for so many years. My first project with them was 2003.
That's
so that's how long.
Insane.
Maybe
when I
it's
think
just
about
me.
that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. Was that long ago?
That was 2003.
What?
And to work with them, I used to have to go up to Nashville because Keith was in Nashville.
It was so different.
So
then.
yeah. But I loved going to Nashville.
Yeah.
But this made it quicker.
That's amazing.
So
who doesn't want to go to Nashville?
Yeah, and they both happened to be in Boca, so it was like
that was meant to be.
It worked out
for sure. What do you hope people take away from this song?
I hope that it gives people the feeling of resilience, persevering, and it's okay to not follow the rules that we think we need to live in society and do what makes you happy.
Yes.
And as long as you're not hurting other people, or hurting everyone else.
Right.
And just to be strong enough to be who you are. And if you do get knocked down, to have the strength to get back up again. Because I see so many people get knocked down and they stay down. And that's got to come from within inside you to get back up again. No one can do that
Absolutely.
for you but you.
You have to do the work.
So
you have to do the healing.
Yeah.
What an amazing message. Seriously. Can't we all use this message right now? I think the world feels very broken, so it's never been a better time for us to be unbroken.
Yeah. That wasn't even the original title. But the original
title... Can you
tell
us what the original title was?
Originally, the title was The Fire Inside. But
I don't like that.
I thought it was too wordy. I kind of like the one-word title.
It makes me think I've eaten too much Chipotle or something.
That's a good one. I thought, I love the
gosh.
one-word titles like Shares, Believe.
Right.
I
I do love a good one-word title.
Good
The
one-word
Fire
song
Inside
title.
suggests many painful things.
Well, I thought Bob Seger's The Fire Down Below. It could mean
okay.
other things, but this is just like,
Unbroken is so good. It's so like
because if you get broken,
right,
fix yourself, do what you have to do to get yourself back up and be unbroken.
Find your inner Mick to scream in your ear like Rocky and jump up from the mat.
Be your own cheerleader. We don't always get. And sometimes you can try to be someone else's cheerleader, but you can't get them back up again. They have to still get yourself, no matter what Mick said, Rocky had to get himself back up again. Right. And we all get broken at some time. So you got to get yourself unbroken. But
life can break you down. People can break you down. But the thing is that what matters is that you just keep coming back.
Yeah, and we don't always have control over those things. So I think as a society, everybody persevered as an entire world through the pandemic. I mean, that was literally
crazy.
A problem that infected the entire world.
That was so
affected the entire world. I was talking to somebody at that time in India. Somebody on customer service. They were in India. And at the end of the phone call, we're like, stay safe. And I'm like, this is amazing that it's the entire world right now that has the same problem. Like, how often does that happen?
Yeah.
So I think we all had to work together really as a whole, not even just a society, but a whole...
There was some unity.
Humanity.
It was a unifying experience for humanity, and it was just a tremendous loss, though, too, of social connection and human lives, obviously. But I remember thinking, like, we're never going to be at a concert again or something.
Right, you think that.
Horrifying that was. That first trip to the grocery store. Like, I'm so glad we're not doing that anymore.
And also, like, people I'm sure got broken from that experience. Not only the people that obviously lost people in that. I mean, that was the worst.
The worst.
That was awful. But even people lost businesses.
Yeah.
People, because they lost their businesses, lost their home. It's like there was so much that you had to build back up from.
Yes.
So that's why I thought Unbroken, like, everyone in their own way can relate to it.
It feels like it couldn't have come at a better time. Seriously, I think the timing on this is perfection, and I'm really excited for more people to see and experience this song, which we're going to be posting on South Florida Concert News along with this interview and some more tasty quotes from JD Danner. And you can check her out. She's an amazing artist. She has a very extensive catalog of original music that you should definitely check out.
Thank you.
Yes, much like Madonna, she keeps reinventing every few years.
Right.
We've got this new song from her that I swear anyone from Lady Gaga to Brandy Carlisle to Rihanna could sing this song as well. It is that dynamic and that powerful and that interesting.
Well, I have to say, thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. I have to say, I was really proud to see that I asked ChatGPT what this song, who they thought this song, as an artist, not so much who it would appeal to, but who it was in the style of. And they said Melissa Etheridge meets Lady Gaga.
Wow.
With the soul of Pink. And
can you get better
the
than
punch
that?
of early Pat Benatar. So I was like, ChatGPT had no skin in the game. It's a robot.
That's
it just
rock and roll recipe straight from the center of heaven.
I was like, wow. That was really cool.
That is really cool.
I was happy to see that. But let people know where they can find everything for South Florida Concert News,
so southfloridaconcertnews.com, and we are also on Instagram, so please follow us, also South Florida Concert News. And we look forward to you guys checking us out, and of course checking out the music of JD Danner.
Well, what's extremely unique about what you're doing is sitting down with me right now, because I'm really not Melissa Etheridge, Lady Gaga, Pink, and Pat Benatar.
But you're JD Danner.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
But what I love about it is you put a spotlight on the local people, which no one does anymore. You know, so South Florida Concert News, you're going to get the national acts, you're going to get everyone from Cher to, you know, me and the bands that are playing in the local scene at the local clubs.
Yes. We have a really vibrant
thing
local
of the past here. That's
music scene. Yes, because a lot of the daily newspapers, they just don't have the budget or, you know, to send people to cover these shows anymore. And that was really why I started this blog. I am one of the old time City Link magazine staff people, which JD was featured in back in the day.
Yeah.
And a big reason, actually, really the reason I even tried to get a job there. She picked up City Link magazine at some point in the late 90s, brings it to me, college kid, and says, "You should write for this."
Yeah, I said, you should get a job. I remember walking into the Sunset
That's
building.
exactly what I did. Thanks to the wonderful Michael Farver and the beautiful Jake Klein.
Yes.
My original editors
Jake
over
was
there.
the person that I handed
Jake Klein,
back
Dan
then you had a
Sweeney,
press
Michael
kit.
Farver.
And you walked in with your CD and a folder and a list of everything you did, your bio, and you handed them that's what you did.
They rolled
back
the
then.
dice on a crazy kid like me.
They
and then
did.
look, I'm still writing about music, and I'm so thrilled to have South Florida Concert News now to tell stories like yours.
Yeah.
And celebrate music, because at the end of the day, through pandemics, through good and bad, thick and thin, music is the one thing we all have to keep our hearts going and us united and inspire us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I appreciate, as an indie artist, that you put as much spotlight on the indie artists as you do on, say, when Billy Joel is in town.
Thank
So that's really
Hell
very
of a
much
guy
appreciated.
too. We love our Billy
So,
Joel, who lives in South Florida now too.
Right down the road.
We love our Billy Joel.
So thank you so much for coming today.
Yes, thank you for having me. Thank you for doing this interview, and thank you for helping us all feel less unbroken.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Unbroken, just so everyone knows, in August will finally be up on all of the digital streaming music sites like iTunes, Spotify, all the rest of them. But right now it's sitting on my website. It's on Reverb Nation.
JDDanner.com, we can find it?
JDDanner.com
Okay.
on my website, Reverb Nation. And it's on Facebook too, but they all link to those two. And then eventually you'll be able to hear it
and give
everywhere.
JD Danner a follow on her Instagram and, go to her website. She's got a kick-ass website too.
And the Rainbow Remix on. And for shameless self-promotion, since that's the Rainbow I write the name of the guests every week on this. So this week it's, I'm the guest, but Joanie's a guest in the studio. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy this interview, and I'll put up the link when this gets on South Florida Concert News.
I have to scoot home and get this posted on the blog.
Yay!
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Hearts on fire, breaking through the chains. Dusty roads, but we'll make our names. Tired souls, but we keep the fight. Through the storms, we'll find our light. Rise up, fighters, we won't back down. Voices loud, tearing through the ground. Every wound's a badge we wear with pride. Never surrender, we've got the fire inside. Told to hush, told that we're too loud, but we scream and we'll never bow. Tears and scars forge this steel. No more doubts, this power's real. Rise up, fighters, we won't back down. and we'll never bow. Tears and scars forge this steel. No more doubts, this power's real. We are unbroken, we're the storm. All their rules, we've torn apart the norm. No apologies, hearts ablaze, we're the sun, we're